Hello all, shalom. Great, offended people already. Okay, alright then. Dry your eyes, mate. Let's try this again. Hello, one and all.
Hi.
And welcome to my first ever intro of my first ever video of this type, anyway.
Woo.
Oh, thanks, Mum. My name is Dan, short for Daniel, but of course, also known as Dave by my old man, reference to Only Fools and Horses. My mates, all two of them, often refer to me as What reason is that, I hear you ask? Well, that's for me to know and you to find out. All jokes aside, it's because I'm 6'5". Anyway, you can refer to me as whatever you like within reason. But yeah, this is my channel, The Carefree Casual. This is my first foray. Is that right? Foray? My first attempt then at this sort of video, having tried and failed with numerous ideas to get creative both on and off YouTube. I thought after many years of putting it off, I would have a go at gaming. Why not? I've watched these sort of videos for many, many years, since I was in my early teens, to be precise. And after I'm in an RN for all that time, I am now 25. I finally threw caution to the wind, so lucky you. Now I know what you're thinking. Why now? Lockdown is basically over. Why did you not start this months ago? Well, the answer to that is simple. I have no money left. Having gone a bit nuts with the past reopening, with a small amount of funds I have remaining, a game catcher thingy has been purchased, and I've decided to dedicate my time between now and my next payday to making some videos for you all. Yeah. My aim at the start of all this is to upload a video every Sunday at 7, but you watch that plan go to pot very quickly. As to the quality of the end product, I enjoy editing, hence why I started doing this, but the videos themselves won't be up to pro standard to start. We learn as we go. Now then, said videos will mainly focus on me playing 2 games, as you will be able to tell from the title of this video. Those games are FIFA and Call of Duty. Specifically Modern Warfare Warzone. I know I'm even too ticked to buy the full game. Let me get this out there from the start. I'm not great at either of these games. I sit somewhere between meh and especially Call of Duty. I mean, I can't hack, so that might have something to do with it. Whoops. Moving on swiftly. I will try and do as many videos of said cross-platform game as I can. Possibly may even alternate between that and the game I'm about to talk about, but we will see. I do expect most of my content, though, will be based on the game I spend £60 plus on every year. And it barely changes. That's right, it's FIFA, ladies and gentlemen. There may be some online gameplay from FIFA, Ultimate Rip-Off, sorry, I mean Team, online friendlies with my chums, perhaps even some pro clubs. The main focus of what I plan to upload, my favourite mode, is of course Career Mode! This leads on nicely then from my first intro for my first video to my first intro on my first video of my first series.
Bruh.
Make sense? No, I don't get it either. My first series will be your bog standard Career Mode Road to Glory. I know, mixing it up. Them original ideas. The team I will be leading to glory, it's more of a we if you guys get involved, is AFC Wimbledon. That's right, we'll be looking to take the Dons from League One obscurity all the way to Champions League success. The only exception to this will be if before then FIFA 21 comes out, but it has a release date of October, so we should be good. On our journey, we could perhaps look to create a side similar in class and just pure nothingness really, as that of the original Crazy Gang. We could try to find our very own versions of some of their standouts from that area, the likes of Dave Betton, Laurie Sanchez, John the Bash Fashanu rather, And of course, former Chelsea boys, the Bruiser, Vinnie Jones, and Captain Fantastic, Dennis Wise. That side defied the odds with their FA Cup triumph in 1908, but we will hopefully go above and beyond that, mark my words. It is time, though, for another confession on my part. Best I just come out with it, rip the plaster off, as it were. The longer I store, the worse it will be. Yeah, sorry. I'm already halfway through the first season, and we are starting the video in January. Phew. I feel much better that's out in the open. Yeah, I kind of started this career mode a little while ago, and I've enjoyed it that much so far. I don't want to start again. Panic not, though. The remainder of this video will be dedicated to bring you up to speed.
Thumbs up! Thank you, Chuck Norris.
Great film, that. So without any further ado, let me begin. Let me regale you with the story of the season so far.
Once upon a time, yes, no, in a small part of Britain, there was a football team who once had it all. Talent, fame, and glory. But it did not last. They lost everything and sank down and down to the depths of the English Football League. They needed someone to save them, to guide them, to be forward, Daniel Ames, a.k.a. Gaffer, a.k.a. The Boss, a.k.a. D.D. A man with a way with words both on and off the pitch. What he lacks in experience he more than makes up for with his pedigree. A descendant, a disciple, an apprentice of some of the greats of old. Howe, Ancelotti, Conte, Simeone, even the special one himself. This is the task it forward to him. Lead this once great club to all-out victory and cement his place in legend.
Right, enough fairy tales, at least for now, at least about the past, as this is the lay of the land heading into January. Halfway through his first season in charge, let's see how the boss has done. This is how he started. 1.5 stars, just over $1 million to spend. I admit, I used a 60% boost to start, but you won't blame me when you see the side we inherited. Yep, take it in all its glory. Our highest rated player, Joe Pigott, the former Charlton striker, 66 rated. After him, a few 64s and just one 63. There was, however, an unexpected glimmer of hope. Young left wing back Paul Osu, 18 years old, pacey and full of potential. With minuscule funds in the bank still, despite the 60% boost, the pre-season tournament was a must-win. We started off with a shaky draw against Italian side Livorno, but managed to scrape a win in our second tie against another side from Italia, Salerno. We were on course to the knockout stages. If results went our way, a draw in our last group game would have been enough. In the end, running out comfortable 2-0 winners against Swedish side Helsingborg, we topped the group by a point. And yet another side from Italy awaited us in the semis. Cittadella, I think that's how you say it. Anyway, the game was back and forth, both sides well matched, but in the end, there can only be one winner, as the Dons ran out 4-2 on the day. On to the final then, our season possibly on the line. If we did not secure the funds needed to strengthen our squad, that could be us done before the season even begins. We saved the best till last. 2-0, Big D getting his first small taste of silverware. We're not counting this, though. We're not Tottenham. This doesn't really matter. What did matter, though, was the cash, the wonga, the moolah. With our newly acquired funds, we needed at least a new winger, maybe two. and a top-draw striker to challenge Joe Pigott. And after much scouting and narrowing down the targets, here's who we brought. Despite our increased funds, I planned the winger recruitment carefully, in the end utilising the loans and free transfers. With his first signing as Wimbledon boss, Daniel Aid pulled off what looks like it could be the deal of the season. Bulgarian international right midfielder Todor Nedeljev arrived on a free. At just 26 years old, he was still to come into his peak, and at 68 rated, he instantly became our highest rated player. Nedeljev was followed through the door the same day by his international compatriot, former Villa and Celtic star Alexander Tonev. Tonev? We'll find out as we go along. That's right, the man the villain signed from a YouTube video was coming to tear up League One. Having only intended to use the free agent market to address our winger problem, our scout Callum Lewis popped his head around Big D's door and said, whilst he was scouting Nedeljev and Tonev, he noticed another gem of a freebie. Introducing the man from New Zealand with a killer barnet, the one and only Matthew Rydenton. Don't let his rating deceive you, he's very much our own Patrick Vieira with an Andy Carroll ponytail. Despite the arrival of the two Bulgarians, Mr. Rhodes felt one more winger was needed, just to be on the safe side. So the boss gave his mate Mikel a call, and under an hour later the deal was done. Trey Coyle was in on a year's loan from the Gunners. Now there's something you need to know about the gaffer. He has a fetish for signing strikers. He addressed that itch with the £900,000 capture of Tyler Walker from Nottingham Forest. Son of Forest legend Des, Tyler offers pace and finishing, which a lot of strikers in that price range simply didn't. In the end, Dan Aid wasn't happy with how Pigott had played in the build-up to the season, so he made a bold decision to bring in another forward to contest with the newly acquired Tyler Walker. In came Brandon Hanlon from Gillingham for a measly £400,000. Like Walker, he has the pace, but is lacking in the finishing department. Unlike his new counterpart, Hanlon can battle with the best of them with good strength stats, so it's always nice to see. That was that, or so the boss thought. But with the centre-back McDonald picking up a knock just a few games into the start of the season, an emergency replacement was needed. It was back on the blower to Arteta at the Emirates. With £630,000 heading to North London, 19-year-old Zach Medley was a don. The young Englishman has bags of potential and will hopefully be with us for the long haul. Oh, yeah. I nearly forgot. I've used the Scout Future Star thing from the catalogue. We did have one more new arrival, and it was another centre-back. Now I'm going to tell you his name, and you should pretty much, from the off, be able to tell me what his nationality is. Well, his surname, at least. Introducing Lorenzo van der Linden. That's right, he's Dutch. Alongside Medley, we certainly have a partnership for the future at centre-back. In terms of departures, there's only one really, former Palace frontman Kwesi Appiah. Nothing too serious. So yeah, with his squad assembled for at least the first half of the season, Daniel Aid could look over the objectives the board have set for him. Skating over everything else, the main goal for Big D would be to strive to achieve domestic success. With the higher-ups only expecting a mid-table finish, the boss has everything to prove in his first managerial role. With little expectations, Daniel Aid and his side set out to prove what they were made of, and come the end of the Christmas period, heading into the new year, this is where we stand. Top of League One. Joint on points with second place Portsmouth, but ahead on goal difference. Having only suffered one defeat away to Blackpool, Wimbledon remain unbeaten at home to this point in the season. Possibly the most noteworthy result thus far is the 1-0 defeat of bitter rivals MK Dons. Right, so that's the team standings. Now for the individual player stats. Having started the season with Joe Day between the sticks, some dodgy displays open the door for West Ham loanee Nathan Trott, who simply has not disappointed. 7 clean sheets in 11 league games. This sees the 21-year-old as our firm number 1. Left wing back Nesta Guinness Walker, what a name. Hasn't done badly in his limited games, but he's been kept out by Wimbledon's finest, Paul Osu. 8 clean sheets with the youngster on the pitch, plus 8 overall. This boy is only going to get better and better. With the exception of the summer arrivals Medley and VDL, most of our centre-back options have failed to be consistent. Nightingale, Thomas and McDonald have all had runs in the side but have come up short. As it stands, Paul Columbai, yeah, can't pronounce that, does look to be our best option behind the aforementioned rising stars in the centre of our defence. Right wing back is a position of concern. Both former Millwall man Scott Wagstaff and Football League journeyman Luke O'Neill have failed to impress the boss, with the former being the better of the two, but that's not saying much. In midfield, Matthew Rydenton has lived up to the hype. One of the first names on the boss's team sheet, you can see why, with 5 goals and 7 assists, our highest in the league. Fellow free signing Alexander Tonev has again looked like a steal. 11 goal contributions for the Bulgarian international in just 20 games. Wandsworth has had limited minutes. Even when he has played, he's failed to impress. One of the surprises of the season so far is Callum Riley. Has only been bettered by one other player for goals so far in Big D's first campaign. His performance on the pitch has seen him take the armband as well. Hartigan has only really been a bit part player, so not much to say in regards to him. Max Sanders has had a few more minutes though, but that might have something to do with the fact he has a real face. Dunno. Just got to think about that. The previously mentioned Sanders has been partnered by Irishman Shane McLaughlin when he has played. The man who can play in various roles has just got better as the season has progressed. McLaughlin's fellow countryman Dylan Connolly was recalled from League 2 Bradford, but as of yet the decision has not been warranted by the winger. Arguably the, if not the joint, marquee summer signing, Todor Nedelev has come up with an average return. His consistent inclusion in the Bulgarian national squad has somewhat limited his game time, so that perhaps has had an effect on his impact. The actual only winger on the books when Daniel Ades arrived, Mitch Pinnock, is another who's impressed with more games under his belt. Winger Jay Lammy, who was already here, has not warranted much thought, but Arsenal youngster Coyle has seen some minutes since his arrival on loan from Arsenal. Right, stop everything. This is Dan whilst editing. I just noticed I haven't really spoken much about Zach Medley or Van der Linden in the breakdown of this, so here are their stats. I don't know what they are because I can't see them right now, but yes, as you will probably see, they have both done very well and have grown in potential. Right, now for the man whose stats I have been eagerly awaiting to show you. Not only does he lead the club for goals, but he also leads the league. Tyler Walker has more than lived up to his £900,000 price tag. 23 goals in just 22 games. Mental from the 23-year-old. As expected, Joe Pigott has not seen much time on the pitch. Only 1 league appearance, 7 in all competitions of note. Last, and certainly not least, the man who was brought in to move Pigott down the pecking order. Brandon Hanlon has a modest return. 5 league goals. His questionable finishing playing a huge factor in that. Perhaps comparing him to Walker might be a bit unfair at this stage in the season. And this is how the boss lines up. This is his preferred 11 and bench when everyone is fit. Lining up in a 5-4-1 flat formation. Trott between the sticks, of course. Medley left centre-back. Calambi in the middle, as I said, in a rotation with the other 3. VDL right side. the manager's pride and joy, left wing back Paul Osu, the bearded hard man Scott Wagstaff on the right flank, middle of the park, the underrated Matthew Wright-Denton, and surprise star captain, my captain, Callum Riley. The man in charge loves the Bulgarian duo bombing down their respective wings, and of course, the goal machine himself, Tyler Walker, up top. Very quickly, off the bench, Hanlon, Connolly and Pinnock, along with McLaughlin, if we need goals, Sanders, Beer Crisps, Guinness Walker, see what I did there, and Thomas, if we have a lead to defend. Okay then, hopefully that's everyone up to speed. In terms of the new arrivals in January, as you can see, I have a very, insert more varies, long list of targets that very much needs to be narrowed down, especially with more scout reports still to come. We can go over my strategy for said window once some pruning has been done. Now, said pruning is going to take me a while, so I will most likely update you with what my plans are in the next episode, so keep your eyes peeled. I touched on it before, but again, I know FIFA 21 is on the way, and it will be tough to achieve our ultimate end goal, but maybe if you smash that like button, ding dong that bell, and especially if you subscribe, it could get us there. You never know. Anyway, lads and ladettes, thank you very much for watching, and if you made it this far, you are a hero, and I hope you enjoyed it. See the links below if you want to follow me on Twitter, Instagram and Facebook. Yeah, I know, dull, but gotta be done. I look forward to seeing you again as we get our Wimbledon journey underway properly. But until then, my name's Dan, the Carefree Casual, and take care of yourselves. See ya.